Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Weston, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm joining you from sunny South Australia. So this is a photo of my garden in the background. I hope you're all enjoying your remote working, wherever that is from. I just thought I'd reach out to you today because I've started some work on considering how we're going to meet our ARC reporting requirements, how we're going to collate the information basically. I've talked to some other COOs of centres, and broadly there appears to be two types of options available to us for a reporting tool. One is an in-house custom-built option, or the other is an externally commissioned reporting database. From my research, I have only come up with one that's an externally commissioned database, and that's called ReportAll. And about 15 centres are using ReportAll at the moment. The issue with that option is that it's based on a really old code base, and there's some security issues with it, and the app developer is choosing not to support it post this year. So the centres that are using ReportAll will need to either look at other options or will need to invest in a renewal of the code base. So that estimate is going to cost about $80,000. So that option is available to us. We could join in that collaboration, but I think it's going to be a really clunky approach for us because we need to hit the ground running now, I think. So with regard to in-house databases, one option is for us to build our own, similar to the approach that COEP took, or for us to look to collaborate with another centre that maybe has already a robust database in use. I found that the Centre of Climate Extremes has built their own reporting tool, which is called Clever, and it's met their own internal needs as well as the ARC reporting requirements. It's built on the Zoho Creator platform, which is a low-code platform, so it'll be easy for us to modify and edit. And that they've offered to share that reporting tool with us, or the IP of that reporting tool, at no cost, and also provide us with training at a very low cost. So overall, it seems to be a low-cost option. We anticipate that the license will approximate $4,000 per year. The development costs obviously are minimal, if any. And we believe that ongoing our central and node admin staff should be able to manage any modifications or edits. So overall, it looks like a low cost option for us. It's certainly well within our budget allocation. And we'll also, if we do choose to go along this route, we've got the security of knowing that it is actually working for another centre and meeting the ARC requirements. So to add some more context, I've just taken a small clip of a video of a Zoom meeting that I had with the developer of Clever last week, and I'll just slot that in for you now here. His name's Stephen Gray, and he's the COO of the Centre for Climate Extremes.
The database that we're talking about today is something that has kind of evolved, I suppose, over the almost 10 years that I've been at COO for ARC Centres of Excellence. From the very outset of our C11, I met with other COOs that were sort of around at the time when we were established, and it became very quickly apparent to me that people were trying to meet the ARC's challenging and fairly detailed reporting requirements by a sort of patchwork of Excel data, Excel spreadsheets, emails, Google Forms, and things like that. In previous roles in UNSW, I built some really basic databases in FileMaker Pro. I'm not a developer. I'm kind of a little bit tech savvy and have a little bit of sort of common sense. So everything that I've built for sort of managing academic units has sort of been in drag and drop platforms. Key elements. We capture within the database all of our personnel records, so all of our people, what nodes or partner organisations they're at, their roles essentially, and just key information, email addresses, phone numbers, gender, other identifying information. We keep all of our student records in here, so bear in mind you're working across 5 universities. At the home node, it's fine. I can interrogate the UNSW student system and I can see when someone enrolled, who their supervisors are, submission dates. I don't have easy access to that information at the other nodes, so we capture that. Activity reporting for our KPIs, which is kind of what I guess most people are looking for here, but as I was saying, the focus on the design from the outset. The original FileMaker database, which back in the early days was very clunky, but it was to link the people and their activities in a single sole source of truth within the centre. Basic reporting to look up and extract data that's already in there. That's something that I haven't invested a lot of time and effort into, is sort of creating smart and intuitive reports, just working on the basic reporting that is already in the Zoho platform, which serves most of our purposes. One can also export reports to Excel and slice and dice and play with Excel, which for a lot of my admin team, it's a more familiar platform for working in. So one click and they can export that to Excel. I've put there funding requests. This is very centre specific, but we have strategic funds that we hold at UNSW that people within the centre can apply to, whether it's a postdoc that wants to run a workshop for another 10 people, student that wants to go on a ocean voyage down to run some experiments in the Southern Ocean, things like that, bigger than the normal sort of funding. So we've got a mechanism that they funnel through. And centre-specific resources, which I can show you some things. It operates a little bit like an intranet for us, so things like our strategic plan, access to logo templates and letterheads and things like that live here behind a password protected section. It's not finished, as I said, it's constantly evolving, and I think that's a strength of it. It's not a silver bullet. You still need, as I say there, carrots, sticks and good processes and a culture across everyone in the centre of understanding why we need to capture reporting information for KPIs, which I suppose is often the stick, but also the carrot, that it means that we can celebrate. So within Clex, we have a weekly update that goes out every Monday morning. Some of the contents of that weekly update are things that were reported in the previous week. So someone published a paper, we can celebrate that each week and say, here's papers that have been accepted or published in the last week. Someone won a prize or an award, again, they reported in Clever, that goes out to the whole centre the following week. And another key thing there is we don't integrate this with our centre website. So at the end of CE11, as I said, we were working in CE11 with an old FileMaker Pro database. It had reached the end of its life. It was kind of clunky. It didn't do a lot of the things that we wanted. So we shopped around. I looked at the Reportal tool that was mentioned earlier on. One of the big pluses of that is that if you build your centre website on the Drupal CMS platform, that Reportal tool is also built on Drupal, and they mesh and they work together. So there's a little less double handling. But there's a downfall of that is that websites are designed to do things that websites do. Databases are designed to do things that databases do, and there's inevitable compromises there. Getting one tool to do everything just kind of doesn't work.
Stephen's been kind enough to offer us a trial version of his database so that we can explore its functionality. So I'd like you to have a look at it and provide me with feedback as to whether you think it's a good fit for our needs. We can make changes, of course, both to the content that we're capturing in the database and also the design of the interface. So you'll receive an email next week, hopefully early in the week, to register for the trial site. Please take a tour of it, and if you can provide me with feedback by next Friday, the 5th of June, that would be fantastic. And then I'll be able to compile the feedback and I'll put back to you all a recommendation for the next steps. So hope you have a nice weekend, and I hope you enjoy the tour of the Clever tool next week. Thank you.